Just don't
Yank it.
Yeah, okay. Because the other dude was like yanking it around.
Alright, I'm gonna try.
All right, people. Yes, I know we're running mad late. Blame him.
Yeah, blame the youngin. Blame the youngin.
All right. It's going down. Once again, this is the evening experience. I get to say this in the full flesh
There you go.
because he's back.
Yeah.
Once again, it's Warback 357 and your boy.
Big Chuck in the building.
We back once again.
Yeah.
It is a Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. I'm going to tell you who bit off of us in the morning.
Who?
They bit off of our phrase, bro.
Who?
I'm gonna see.
Hold on.
Okay, I got something for you.
Let's talk about it.
I got something for you.
Let's talk about it.
Um,
Let's talk
So all I want to say is, once again, your Thursdays will never be the same. A big part of that, just to let you know.
Okay.
So it's going down. Today we're going to talk about a lot of different things, but we're going to take a quick moment of silence for the one and only Heavy D, aka Dwight Myers. My brother, God bless, Mount Vernon stand up, money earning Mount Vernon, Mount Vietnam, the home I'm from. I want to say a big shout out to his family. God bless you, and God bless his daughter. God bless his wife. God bless everybody that he's touched throughout the years with his music, with his presence, his love, and everything that he's done thus far. I want to give a big shout out to them, and we're going to take this quick moment. But back to the shocking and breaking news.
See what happened?
We got bit off by the Breakfast Club.
Oh, word?
Dead serious. In the morning now you hear, your mornings will never be the same. I'm like, what?
Oh, word?
Did we get bit off of? We say your Thursdays will never be the same. All of a sudden I hear, for the past couple of days, I'm like, maybe this is something that that didn't happen. Listening this morning, your mornings will never be the same. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
okay.
We might have started something. You never know. We might have started something.
We got chewed up, people. We got bit off of
Oh, wow.
by the Breakfast Club. Shout out to them. They're getting ready to do a campaign again next week, which I will say, please take the opportunity. If you can donate. Power 105 is doing, I should say the Breakfast Club is doing their annual, where they do a big give back to an organization. And this one is dealing with mental health. That's one that touches home with Charlamagne the God. He currently does suffer from anxiety. Wrote a book about it, which is one of the best sellers that's currently out.
I got a question though. Why is it that every time somebody come out with a book, it just goes number one? It's number one bestseller. It's just like there's no other books out that same week though. Like every time somebody come out with a book, it goes number one, and it's there for a minute. I don't understand. But nah, keep going though.
Okay, poor Charlamagne.
No disrespect, Charlamagne. He's the one that be slandering you, but I'm just saying.
Wait, I don't slander
You
anybody.
don't slander
Speak
Charlamagne.
facts.
You
I
don't
speak
slander.
facts.
You don't slander Charlamagne.
That's not slander.
You gotta check the film, man. Don't act brand new because I've been gone, now I'm back. Don't do that. Like you ain't been slandering Charlamagne since 2017.
Shout out to the knee people. Whatever you shot them up with,
Oh,
they need to fix it. I think his wire got crossed when y'all did the surgery.
man, I'm just saying, if I were to write a book and drop it in a couple weeks, I should go number one.
Wow, poor people. The reason why books go number one or they are the best sellers list is just like when you sell an album, you sell a certain number of copies, and it happened to be within a certain time frame, they put you at the number one spot.
Nah.
And New York, and you know what I said? New York's best seller list. That's not the world, that's not the entire country, that's just New York.
Yeah.
So
Just.
he deserves praise for a lot of people in New York like him.
I'm a fan of Charlamagne the God. I
Of course you
am
are.
a fan of the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne. I'm a fan. You on the other hand.
So you a whole lot of same energy.
What energy?
Next Monday,
What's going on next Monday?
you, me, Simba, and our photographer, they're gonna go hang out in Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
I want you to hold that same energy.
Oh, a light skinned DJ MV?
Light skinned DJ energy.
Yeah.
And then I want you to have, we're gonna come back that Thursday,
Yeah.
and I want you to tell me again how much of a fan you really are.
Oh, I mean, we're not gonna talk about that on the show. We're gonna talk about
Okay,
We're
alright.
gonna talk about
Yeah.
that offline.
Yeah,
I
alright.
was gonna say something myself. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. It's nothing. It's regular.
Okay, alright.
But from what I heard, we're gonna talk MV. That's all I'm gonna say. From what I heard, we're gonna chat.
All right.
We need.
So we're gonna head out to Starlets. It's
Yeah.
gonna be next week. We're gonna go see my man DJ Self, my brother from another mother.
Big booties.
Okay, that's what he wants to go see. I'm there for work.
I've never been in Starlets, and I've heard stories, and people like 50 being there, so 50 Cent being there.
Oh no, they definitely
You know what I'm saying?
break it up at Starlets. I'm
Right.
not gonna tell you they don't. Last night, T Grizzly,
See?
you had Self in there. You had
Except always in there, just like MV always in there. I'm talking about like.
the station manager for Hot 97 was in there. She was in there. Lauren was in there. So there was a bunch of people that was
Yeah, right. People.
popping off last night. There was people in from Philly. There was, and of course some bottles was popping and people was dropping mad dough. Them chicks made their money last night.
Oh yeah, I hope they don't look at me.
T Grizzly had that big dunk on his chain.
I ain't throwing nothing. I have nothing. I got zero dinero. None of these females. Nothing.
So all I'm gonna say is, it in and of itself was an incredible night last night for people at Starlets. But like I said, I want that same energy
Oh yeah,
when we go through.
I'm gonna dap up DJ Envy.
Take the flick.
We're gonna take the flick and we're gonna interview him.
Yeah,
And if he ducking,
W.
if he dub, we gonna talk about it on the evening experience that Thursday.
That's right. All right. So you heard it here first. Yo, shout out to all the people who ran in the elections. Thank you for taking the House back. And I'm not saying that
Thank the
because
citizens, man.
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm thanking the citizens for stepping up and stepping out,
Yeah.
making sure that the House of Representatives are now where we have the majority rule, and this orange clown doesn't have the power that he needs to do the stupid crap that he does and talks about. He admonishes reporters. I wish I could be a reporter just for 5 minutes. I'd probably be in somebody's jail in Guantanamo Bay by the time I finish.
Treason.
Cause I would just say anything that came to mind. But like, listen, you clown. First of all, you don't run the country properly. You think you're running your own private business as opposed to the business of America and the people in America. Nobody likes you. Your polls suck. And the reason why they suck is you can't blame reporters for reporting how much you suck. You garbage. You straight up a misogynistic pig with orange hair. Did I say that out loud?
Yo,
Okay.
I'm not.
All right.
You're not gonna agree with what I'm about to say.
He's a Republican now.
Republican check at your service, you heard?
Republican Jack.
Nah, yo, as messed up and crazy as this dude is,
Here we go.
there's a part of me that I know it shouldn't, but it just does. I find it hilarious. Like, he's entertaining to me. Like, I was on Twitter today.
Then go back to The Apprentice,
Hold on. I was on
and
Twitter
then he
today.
can be entertaining there. You're
And
not supposed to be entertaining in the country.
Yo.
I'm just saying.
Yo, he
Okay.
was going back and forth with reporters.
That's right. I saw him.
Like,
He's like, you suck. Okay, you suck. You suck. I didn't want to talk to you. I'm not talking to you. You have an attitude. I'm going to fire you. And watch me fire. You.
yo, that joint is that's comedy to me. Like, I was laughing. Like, I'm just like,
Oh no, Charlamagne gave him a bomb. He dropped a bomb for him this morning. He said the same thing. He said, the commander and what did you call him? The commander and
Celebrity in chief.
celebrity in chief turns around and literally he said, "I give you props." He said, "Yo, you have the most entertaining office
Yes.
I've seen ever."
Like he is must watch TV. Like at this point, it's just like he's the whole presidency thing. Like that. Honestly,
He don't even care about that.
but that was an accident though. Like I'm really like 2 years later.
Ain't no accident. The Russians did it.
It was an accident. No.
Did Mazar Rasha.
Me personally,
Mazar Rasha.
with that, I can't say that Russia. There's no proof of that. Like there's no.
Excuse me,
no
there is
solid-
proof.
no-
He keeps telling people,
no solid-
stop watching.
There's no
I'm
solid
telling you,
evidence.
stop it. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong.
that's-
I'm telling you, I'm the president.
I love
I didn't
it.
do anything.
I love
Putin's a good guy. Putin.
I love it.
He be Putin. All right.
Yo.
What? Oh, Russia coming after me now too. Get the spies coming at KGB. What up, baby?
Nah, man.
Spetsnaz, I got you.
Nah, I don't want no smoke.
I just picked up a 308 rifle. We can talk.
Yeah, I just picked my leg up. I just started walking. I don't want no smoke. No smoke.
Chuck can't run, so don't come after me.
Yeah, I don't want.
But I ain't running though. I'm too fat to run. My bad.
Go after one of these rappers, bro. They talk about it. I'm just a radio host.
Hold up. Speaking of beef,
What happened now?
50 Ja Rule beef back.
But it was never gone.
Okay, but it lay dormant for a little bit.
Yo, I tell people this all the time. They have beef that would exist without music. Like, they was beefing before
How's that?
both of them got
When you get me
hot.
stabbed and you get me shot 9 times, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
like,
hate you just a little. I'm gonna hate you.
they have
I'm gonna hate
real-
you.
They have real, this is real, like hip hop beef nowadays is we go back and forth on a track or two, or go back and forth on social media. These dudes had.
I dyed my hair deeper Crayola color,
Oh my
and
goodness. We're gonna talk about his beefs too. But they really want smoke with each other because they got shot 9 times. They got poked up and they went in his studio. They were in the same studio recording. Ja Rule's on crutches. Said, nah, we on his ass. They go down to the same studio and start brawling in the dark and 50 gets stabbed. Like, that's real beef. That's not Twitter finger beef.
so that's not Denti canned beef. This is like pure.
This is your kind of beef. Old school beef. It's real beef right here.
Say it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it is. Like,
Alright.
they really don't, as men, just don't like each other. And
Hate each other.
Yeah.
That's just not like hate. And that's like pure hate. But that's that good old fashioned. It burns in your throat
yo, you know I saw something today?
and you spit fire hate.
I don't know if this is true. But 50 Cent's the ultimate, like, I'm one of 50's biggest fans. He's the ultimate petty dude. I saw, I don't know if it's true, that he's buying all of Ja Rule's masters.
Oh my goodness. I was about to say.
You saw that?
Hell yeah. That's pure hate right there.
Yo,
All his greatest hits.
I don't know if that's
50
true.
will own.
I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, 50's he's already one of the GOATs, but like he's really like you don't want beef with 50, like you just don't. That's one.
I think Donald Trump need to take some lessons from him. And he could.
Him and 50 used to be cool back in the day.
I know. That's
But Donald Trump was cool with everybody though back in the day, but they didn't really know that.
He was a racist, misogynistic
They probably
piece of
knew.
crap. Oh.
They probably knew a little bit, but not to this extent. You know what I'm saying?
I know the what's the guy who got him?
Who? Guard who?
The president?
The Attorney General?
No. The bodyguards.
Secret Service?
Yeah. I know you're gonna come after me, but I'm just saying
Him, right? I mean,
I ain't running. Orange Clown, I'm not running. Alright.
you can't make threats to.
I didn't threaten nobody. I said I know they're gonna come after me because I keep talking about it.
You can't do that. Well, I'm sitting here. When I'm not here, and you can talk about, threats to, sing your truth all
Who's
the time.
threatening everybody? There's no threats.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Told you I don't want no smoke. I just started walking a couple weeks ago. I'm not ready for nothing.
Yes, the baby is now walking again.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the elections. Shout out to all the people who went out and voted. Thank you for showing up and showing out. There was actresses, actors who were holding rallies. who definitely wanted people to go out to the polls. There were people driving people to the polls. They had to get the majority of the House in order to stop this clown. They did.
Question: what's this joint I saw in Georgia? They have a do-over for
You know why?
the governor. What happened?
So what happened was, down there, the racist people, the KKK, and I want smoke from you. Please show up.
Nope.
I can't get them either.
You can get whoever you can get. I'm not ready for that. That's all I'm saying. Give me 6 weeks.
Okay, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. In 6 weeks, KKK,
Yeah. We want
you
to
can
smoke.
show
We
up,
want to smoke.
and we want to smoke
All of it.
every last bit of it. You clowns, basically, because of how racist they are, made sure they effed up the ballots, so they had to do a do-over.
I read that they found a whole bunch of wrapped up voting polls or ballots in a room or a gym or something.
Yes.
Nonsense,
And guess what that happened? Because of the fact that this is one of the most racist states ever. Georgia is one of the most, that and Alabama, 2 most racist states ever.
Yeah.
If you didn't remember, Georgia, okay. When my man, Ray Charles, got a pardon, I don't know how many years later, because they told him he could never perform, show up, anything in Georgia. The governor had to give a pardon in order for him to be able to not only perform, and they give a proclamation, there's a Ray Charles Day or whatever the case is, but for years, he could not perform. He could travel all around the country, couldn't go to Georgia. Now that's crazy.
Expected.
So, like I said, still one of the most racist. I want to be my man, Big Rains and Rosewood, show up in the woods where KKK people are, and I dare you to touch them.
Again, 6 weeks. I don't want you to touch it at all. We got people on the live. DJ Tracer was good.
Trace, what up, baby?
The big homie. I haven't seen him I haven't seen a lot of people in a minute because I don't walk, but gotta link up DJ Tracer, see what he doing.
Broke Leg Lou is back. He's here.
Broke Leg Lou. That's the new one. That's the new one.
All I'm gonna say is the elections in and of itself was a big. Now, if anybody know, anybody running against Cuomo at this moment is gonna lose.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's voting him out of chair.
No.
Sorry to say.
Need that.
And I don't agree with some of the crap that Cuomo talked about either. This gun reform stuff is a bunch of malarkey, because there are people who are running around. If you get here, once again, God bless the people in California,
Yes.
Calabasas, and all of the different places who were in all of the universities and students that were in this actual restaurant type club situation. Dude just walked in, threw smoke bombs in, took a handgun, and started lighting everybody up. Shot 11 people dead.
Killed a sergeant
Killed himself.
and killed himself. And you know what the craziest part about that to me is? It was people that survived the shooting in was it Colorado, the movie theater, I think it was. There was people that survived the previous shooting, like a previous mass shooting that was in that bar yesterday. And that to me is just, if that doesn't say anything, I don't know.
And then you wonder why you tell me you don't want citizens walking around with weapons, but yet I have no weapon, I'm sitting there and I'm a target.
At the same time though, no, like, I'm happy they're okay. Like, I can't be friends with people that attract violence like that. You understand?
They didn't attract violence. This dude randomly picked it, supposedly.
I don't know.
Now, let me say this. They haven't given all of the story as to why he did this.
Just going off what we know.
Right. So for right now, they said he just randomly picked this place, went in, and said, this is the time to break it down and take out the world.
Yeah, I can only imagine the PTSD people have, bro. Especially especially like your second mass shooting that you've been involved in and you survived. Like God is good, God is great, but rest in peace to everybody that lost their lives just because of senseless gun violence. Once again, but I don't think that's gonna change for a little while too. Just the way the government is set up right now. Like
All I'm saying is,
this election made
look at Texas.
steps forward, but Texas.
Everybody carries weapons. You don't hear about this.
Yeah,
You don't hear about somebody walking in because you know how many people will be pulling out a gun
but
ready to take that person out? That person would die before they even got maybe 2 shots off.
yeah, I mean, there's different. Yeah, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
And that's my point.
I don't know, man. But I'm not a government official. They don't pay me to know.
I'm a gun enthusiast. I've owned my license for years. I have many weapons. I'm telling you now, New York needs to stop being a bunch of pansies and let private citizens protect themselves. Because
Gun violence is not really a big thing like
y'all
that.
ain't doing it.
I don't think gun violence is not. People don't play with guns in New York, yo. You get caught with one, that's 2 years off the bat. Like, you're done. Like, there's no questions.
There's people who get shot every day. What you talking about?
That happens everywhere, though.
Listen to these words. High, cat, fat, mad, sad. 20 people just got killed. Just by me saying that.
Just by you saying that, don't say those words no more then.
There's always one in the building, people, and we found them. There's so many things wrong with New York. That's one of them. I'm sorry. You can't tell people, don't protect yourself. Y'all can't be everywhere, and when we do call you, y'all ain't there on time.
I've had instances in life where the police have been calling it. It takes them a while.
All you hear is, man was thrown on the tracks. Man was stabbed on the riding on the train. Man was shot on the train.
That's why I don't watch the news, bro. I don't watch the news. I get all my updates on Twitter.
Yeah, World Star is not the news.
I stopped going on World Star in like college. Like it got too ratchet for me. Like I enjoy my ratchetness. I enjoy my ignorant TV, my ignorant music. But World Star just got a little out of control. So
What time is it?
it's 6:03
Okay.
on the dot.
All I'm gonna say is take the opportunity and time to find out about what gun laws are and why they need to change in New York and why they need to change around in a lot of different states because of the fact that a lot of people, if you had the opportunity to protect yourself, I guarantee you would. It's not just you caring about yourself. If you have kids that you're walking down the street with, your children, I guarantee you, you prefer being armed than getting shot by somebody right in front of your kids. What you hear? Like, husband gets shot in front of their children. There's a movie that's coming out that was a real, actual shooting.
Batman. Oh, never mind. That happened to Batman, but never mind.
Wow, okay, yeah, so whatever meds they put him on, he still feeling the effects, just let you know.
You literally described the first scene in Batman. Keep going.
Okay, the real reality, there's a movie that's coming out where this young lady was sitting with her friend and they were driving in a car and a kid got out the car with her cases and he grabbed his cell phone out the actual, the cup holder and he was turned around and the cop just shot him.
Oh yeah, that movie's out now. I know exactly what you're talking about. That movie's out.
And she's
right now.
a witness of this.
Yeah.
And, you know, her family says, you know, I need to name, the father said, I didn't name you Star to be hidden. You have something to say it. Tell the truth. Tell what happened. So that should tell you the lack of respect for life and the people who are around and seeing things that are wrong and just go with it. But all I'm gonna say is gun reform needs to be changed in New York because this is probably one of the only states that has this little pansy law that no, only cops can carry guns.
Wait, only cops can carry?
Only.
Even if you have a license?
There's not too many people who have a full carry license or concealed carry license in New York.
Do you?
No,
Nah.
not yet.
You got guns illegally?
No.
You a rapper? Low key?
I have a license for my guns, thank you.
Alright.
But that doesn't give you the right, they give you hunting and target. So I can go hunt.
Well, them little, there's no rounds in those, no drums in those. It's just one shot, reload, right?
Whatever you say. Whatever I have or don't have, my business.
It's the public business, man.
Oh yeah, you say that. Now, this is funny. I'm glad you brought that up. Many years back, I'd say about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was in the actual paper because there was somebody in the block. Shut up.
Cap somebody?
No. Wrong brother.
Yo, you really let one go on somebody?
No.
Nah, he lying. He lying.
Don't listen to him.
Mac 357 got a body. And we ain't even know. That's, yo. You too. Don't, he my bodyguard now. He got a body, son. He probably strapped right now, I don't even know.
No, he's not. So whatever officers are listening, I do not have a weapon on me. So what happened was somebody in the block decided to publish in the paper everybody in my block that had a gun license.
Why?
Because of the fact that these people who are a bunch of little pansies who don't like people with weapons.
No wonder why he shot him.
Ain't nobody was shot at. He's making jokes, people. This is not real. Reality is.
I don't know that.
So here we go.
I wasn't there.
Poor me. Just like the other day, there's this little Asian lady in my block who was walking around like this. She put out her cell phone and she would take a picture of old people's car. I said, "What are you doing, Wendy? You don't do this." Take pictures of cars, their license plates.
What?
I said to her, "You know that's illegal, right? You're not supposed to take pictures of people's plates and then registrations or anything else. You're not a cop." She turned around to me with the look, with the gas face, like, That's what she did. And then walked off. Yo, I got the craziness happening in my block. I don't know what it is. Like,
That's Mount Vernon. That's
Wow.
Mount Vernon
Wow.
stuff.
yeah,
I don't know about that.
I live in Mexico.
I don't live in Mexico.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
It's Yonkers.
Yankee, what?
Orale canales, otro.
Mount Vernon is 2 square miles.
It's 4 square miles. Thank you very much.
My bad.
Hater.
4. It takes 5 minutes to get from one side to the other.
No, it don't. Unless you got a hover car,
Yo, we've done it. It literally
it doesn't take 5 minutes. Stop
takes
that.
5 minutes to get from.
There's lights, there's traffic. Don't listen to him.
Take out the lights. Take out the traffic in 60 seconds. Yonkers is way bigger than that.
You're right. Little Mexico is way bigger than that.
Yeah, Little Mexico bigger than Mount Vernon. And I don't even live there.
You live in Yonkers.
Yonkers is not Little Mexico.
Yes, it is.
There's a portion of it.
A big portion of it.
No, a portion of it. Maybe like
Pu-
4 square
Turn
miles.
off your live for a second and then go look up the majority of Mexicans in Yonkers. 3/4.
We gonna do that? Alright, live. I'm about to look this up because
No.
he's slandering me.
Wait, don't get rid of your live. Hi, people.
He's wild. And he shoots people.
What?
We'll be back.
What? Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Hold on. I need to find this.
But back to the station at hand. For all the Spanish people who came out, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Brazilians, anybody who was of Latin descent that decided to vote this time and made sure that they facilitated to make sure to send a message to Senor Orange, Senor Arajo, okay? That we will not be disrespected, we will not be taken out of our houses, We will not have our kids thrown in cages. We will not be disrespected.
Nah, no. It's not. I mean, it's 35% Hispanic, but Hispanic is a broad range. It's not just Mexico. You should know.
35%.
You're half Hispanic, aren't you?
35%.
You're half Hispanic, right?
I'm half Puerto Rican.
Which is Hispanic. Right?
Apparently, according to
The
the
census.
white
The
polls,
census.
the white polls,
Oh, man. Nah. Nope.
35%. That's a big number.
Damn. Yo, 200,000 people in the office.
And 35% of them are Mexican.
No. Of Hispanic descent.
You just want to keep saying that because that's what they wrote.
What do you mean?
Mexican.
What do you mean?
There's more Mexican restaurants, taco trucks, and everything in Yonkers than any other place, bro. Whatever.
I wrote to Mount Vernon, bro. Because Mount Vernon got problems, bro. Yo, don't me start roasting Mount Vernon.
Go back to live. Go back to live.
No. We got 67,000 people. How y'all fit all of them 2 miles? 67,000 people. No, I'm done. I'm
Whatever.
gonna stop.
All I'm gonna say is there's a lot of things that people need to pay attention to, especially when it comes to politics. Don't be bamboozled. Don't listen to just what people say and not their actions or their deeds, the things in which they facilitate to show us in everyday life. Respect your environment. Respect where you live. Don't be part of the problem and want to know why there's no solution. If you're doing stuff that you know is illegal, don't be shocked if somebody wants not to have that in their neighborhood. Don't be shocked that somebody doesn't want to be bothered with you and your form of work. If you're a pharmaceutical engineer and you don't work for Pfizer, well, guess what? You deserve to be arrested.
Why?
Okay, like I was saying, those views expressed are that of Big Chuck and not Mac 357.
Why?
Because they're illegal.
What's illegal?
Drugs.
Which one?
All of them.
Well, which specific ones are you talking about?
Every last one of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't care what you name.
Okay. You be throwing shade, that's all I'm saying. That's why I.
Molly Percocets,
Yeah.
weed, all of it's illegal.
Okay.
All of it. Xanax. I can go on with all the meds that people are sitting there and putting out into the world.
Well, never mind. I'm gonna take it easy.
Thank you, Molly Percocet. I appreciate it.
I mean, yeah, don't knock it till you try it, please. No, I'm playing.
Wow.
I'm joking. Kinda.
Okay, man, now, the views expressed by Big Chuck are not that of the evening experience.
Oh, yeah.
He's all alone on that one.
Yeah.
He's on his own island with that one.
We need to definitely make a disclaimer before we start every show. Because you be saying some wild stuff, I be saying some wild stuff.
My stuff is not wild about what I'm saying.
You just said you shot somebody on air.
Here we go. No,
Oh, I'm bugging.
you bug.
Oh,
All right. The Molly Percocet kicking it. All right.
it was one time.
You just was on these surgery?
Oh, yeah, so.
They gave you pain medication?
It wasn't no perks.
What was it?
It was definitely no Molly. I'm not getting Molly to
What
recover.
was it?
It was something like strong ass Tylenol. It wasn't even like, I was disappointed it wasn't Percocet. Like, I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
He said he was this, okay.
And when I tore my Achilles, I got Vicodin, Percocet, I got everything. Oh,
Oxycodone?
yeah.
Oh.
I was feeling nice. And I went on vacation like 3 days after. So I was in DR with a cast like this big, basically half my leg. And I had like prescription pills. They actually searched my bag. It was like, do you have a prescription for all this? I was like, you see my leg? Like, you see my leg? Like, I'm just gonna walk around with 3 types
Yes.
of prescription
There's
drugs.
people who do stuff like that.
But not a rapper.
Shout out to Fat Man Scoop. He will be on the show. I just confirmed with him.
Scoop.
Yeah, Brooklyn Clan.
Yes.
Currently, he's out in Australia. There's a show that they put on every year called R&B Features.
Oh, we got some. My fault. We got to shout out MC Nice because he just hollered at us on the live.
MC Nice.
What's good?
What
fam?
up?
What up, fam?
Shout out to LA.
Yes.
Yo, MC Nice LA. All I'm gonna say is
He's nice. That's why he's
he's
nice.
super nice.
He's really nice.
Did a joint with Fred Hammond. Incredible music. Shout out to him. Produced for, if you did not know, Tupac. Produced for Prince. Produced for a lot of big names back in the day. Legendary. And I ran into, why am I getting old?
Getting old.
You know what? Hate is in the building. Just to let you
Are
know.
old.
Wow, man down. Man way down.
You need help?
Yes.
Were they,
Grammy Award winning producer.
were they a guest?
Yes.
Grammy Award winning producer?
Latin descent.
Marioso?
Mario So. I ran into him Thursday.
Where?
No, Tuesday of this week. I ran into him. And Grammy Award winning producer, Masaya Cruz. And I know I'm gonna mess these guys' names up, and I know I get beat up every time I say it. Winnie Fidel.
What?
Never mind. Lord help me. I keep jumping this dude. Shut. All I'm saying is, you know who they are. And if you don't, okay, they in there somewhere. But they got awards for they got Grammys, the Latin Grammys. They got hit off because of the fact that they did produce one of the biggest selling Latin albums throughout the world. So all I'm gonna say is, and Mario So produced for them, so of course he got a Grammy as well. But to produce for Say Cruz, that's incredible. Asuka means sugar.
You got that one right, at least. Sheesh.
Slam is real out there, you can experience. We don't need Charlamagne the guy, we got Big Chuck.
Oh yeah. I'm just different energy now. Now that I can walk, I was caged like an animal for a few weeks, and I'm just ready to just get out here in these streets. I want to shout out a special producer that I just.
I thought you were gonna say a special woman. Go ahead.
What? Nah.
Chocolate Pimp in the building. All right, go ahead.
Stop all that.
Nah, the slang is coming this way.
That
The
is-
Chocolate Pimp is in the
That
building.
is not true.
CP,
Nah.
Chocolate Pimp.
Just negative connotations with that word. I don't want nothing to do with that pimping stuff.
Pimpalicious.
So watch Friday if you want to see pimping. It's not me.
That was Big Perm. Get it right.
You funny dude. I want to shout out Metro Boomin just because he dropped his album or mixtape, whatever they. Everybody drop album mixtapes nowadays. It's not one or the other. It's like both. It's like a mixtape, but then you put it on the charts and you make. I don't understand streaming nowadays and album sales and stuff. But it was fire.
This is your time.
Yeah.
You supposed to understand.
I grew up in the '90s though. I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I'm still.
Molly Percocet.
And
That's what you do.
yeah.
All right.
No shame.
Don't do that tonight, because we don't want you to break something.
Oh nah.
Shout out to Sin.com. We will be at the 5 spot in Brooklyn tonight. We're going to be hanging with Corey Guns. There's a young brother that's going to be with him that was actually on, and if you didn't know, he was actually on Funk Master Flex's show, just breaking it down. Just murder.
Speaking of Funk Flex,
Oh,
Speaking of, you know, one of the best to ever do it. Why did he come at everybody? Like, he really came at Drake's whole throat. Oh, but why? Still,
because of the fact that he's one that says if you claim to be the best rapper, you should write your own raps. Now, I say Drake is one of the best entertainers,
Drake's not a rapper. He's an artist. He's an artist.
best artist,
Yeah, yeah. He's
but I don't consider him a rapper
yeah,
per se.
he's not. But what do you think about? But he was referring to the his beef with Pusha T, and we discussed this a little bit. But you thought Pusha T crossed the line. I'm all for that. I'm all for it.
Well, what was his son's name? Adonis?
You just called him Adidas the other day.
Adidas? Adeline? What, Adeline?
No, man. She,
It's Adonis, right?
it's Adonis.
Okay, I got it right the first time.
Drake never gonna talk to us, bro.
I don't think he's gonna talk to anybody. He has his own show out there on iTunes. Shout out to iTunes for who gives us an opportunity to put our radio show on a podcast. Gives us the opportunity to do that. We are not a podcast. We have podcast tendencies, but we're not a podcast.
We do what we want.
That's right.
That's what we do.
We on iHeartRadio. We on Spotify. We on YouTube Live. We on theeveningexperience.com. We everywhere doing the damn thing. And shout out to Drewski and Tarzan. We're gonna be with them Friday. Stop it. This is what happens when young people come back from surgery. See, you don't want to put in that work now. Stop it.
I banged with them both. They just Jersey, bro. I can't just come to New York, man. I just can't.
Well, the movement, his spot. Shout out to Drewski, DJ Drewski from Hot 97, is in Jersey. Sorry.
They can't move to New York. You know what I'm saying?
No. So, no.
We'll see out there, man.
Shout out to, once again, MCLA. Incredible brother. Gotta have him back on when he's in New York. Or if we come out to LA.
I'm going to LA next year. Like, bucket list. Just check tickets.
Well,
soon.
they let us go to LA. Ain't a bucket list, but I definitely want to go because
You been?
he's out there. I don't know. I've never been to California in my life.
Yeah, I've never been. There's a lot of dispensaries out there.
I'm going. See, here we go.
That's
That's what he's going for.
Yeah.
I'm going for the people.
Yeah, I mean, Kendrick Lamar said it best. Go for the women, the weed, and the weather.
But Kendrick doesn't even smoke.
Yes, he used to. He don't no more, but he used to. But Kendrick don't count. Kendrick's not. He's
Well, make sure we have separate rooms so you can smoke your lungs out.
Oh yeah.
I'm
yeah,
good.
Yeah. There's.
Cause I ain't definitely ain't smoking none of that shit.
There's.
Crap.
Yo.
Garbage.
It's legal. I could just chill. You could like not blow mine so much with your outlandish statements. I'd be chilling. You know what I mean? Like,
I learned this statement because I don't choose to put drugs in my body. I wasn't born with it. I don't need it. That's just my
I wasn't
reason.
born with none of this stuff on me. I need it though.
This is where drug addicts try to justify using drugs. So just letting you know.
It's a plant, bro. It's not a.
It's a drug.
Because the white man said it was a drug.
Did you hear the, I don't know what rapper it was. Shout out to Lil Beezy. Shout out to him. God bless him for recovering because he got shot.
Where's he from?
Texas.
He's from Texas. Or he's from Louisiana. I don't know. I'm thinking about somebody else.
There's another brother who got shot. But Lil Beezy's the one that we've been, shout out to all of the people. Shout out to Ludacris's lawyer. Stays in contact with our show. Shout out, because that's his artist. He manages Lil Beezy.
Oh, okay.
And so I told him when I have him on the show, of course he has to recover, but
Yeah.
you know, God bless him and his recovery. They shot up his vehicle. He got 4 bullets in it. It's crazy. He said he was running up the street in the highway and didn't know where he was, and took the cops and people time to get to him, That's just crazy. He said he had his gun on his lap, which was legal because of the fact that he was a citizen who had a concealed carry. But it didn't make a difference because I guess the way he explained it, when they shot his vehicle, he spun out and the gun went one way and he went another. But I gotta tell people, y'all know how to. I actually train with my weapon. I go to the range, I might hold stuff sideways and dump it. I aim, I take, just like the cops do, I take the opportunity to learn the stances, learn how to get it in the center line all the time.
Not me. Nope.
Anywho, what time is it?
6:27. Dang, you're rapping.
So that's not the only event that we have coming up tonight that we're gonna actually be able to record guns. Shout out to once again Sin.com for having us. We are on the guest list. We're gonna be walking in and walking through, and we're gonna be sitting there taking the opportunity to go through the 5-spot, incredible place that he hosts this event at. I heard he got good food.
I got no money. Told you. I got no money for strippers. I don't got no money for weed. I got no money for gas. I don't got no money for me. I don't got no money for nothing. I'm broke.
All right, so back to the.
Life has hit me hard, y'all. This stuff might look glamorous on the gram. You know, we might look like we people that are doing things. I mean, we are.
Excuse me.
But
Speak for your damn self.
we're doing things, but we not rich.
No, definitely ain't rich.
We might have a little notoriety, but we not rich.
We work for a living.
Yeah, I gotta put the left shoe on, the right shoe on, go to work like all the rest of us.
And then he does the hokey pokey and he turns it all around. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Hokey pokey. All right. So we're gonna be once again Thursday. We're doing tonight. We're going to Brooklyn. We're gonna be at the 5-spot in Brooklyn, Corey Guns, and Kane. There's gonna be the other artists that's gonna be there. It's gonna be an incredible time had by all. 5-spot, Sin.com. Thank you for having us once again. We got the invitation. Friday, going to Jersey.
Oh,
Stop it. We're going to Jersey. We're going to be at Drewski's Place, The Movement. We're going to be with DJ Tarzan. He's holding a showcase there. And then on the 24th, we're going back out to The Movement because we've been invited by Chase Fetty for his album release party. On the 18th, we're going to be in the city with T-Rex. You see me post a flyer in our story page on
Instagram.
check that out. T-Rex, we're going to be with him. We might see Life Jennings. We might see a few other artists that show out for him for his birthday. It's going to be big time. It's going to be singing. It's going to be dancing. It's going to be movement. It's going to be sexiness. It's going to be crazy. We're going to be up in there filming the whole thing, shouting him out, making sure that we get great footage. And once again, shout out to Pearl Harbor for having us, who recently had his album release party down in Alphabet City, way down on Rector Street, which is a long behind drive, but I got there. Shout out to Lil Fame from MOP, another good brother that I took a picture with. Got a quick interview with him as well. Incredible time had by all. We did great things that night. Just shout out to all the people who are putting out albums, putting out content, putting out great
Lit
stuff.
music, lit music.
So we can talk about it, discuss it, and have opportunity to have more on the show. But more things, great things are coming down to the evening experience. All I'm gonna tell y'all is we working hard. We out here. We traveling to different events. We talking to people. We having conversation. We definitely will want to have you on the show. So hit us up, like us, love us. Go to the YouTube page and subscribe.
If you haven't already.
Hit the link in the bio.
If you haven't already. Because.
Do it. We are there for you. We need you there for us. If you want us to put out your great content, if you don't tell people about your own content, then I don't know what you do. Shout out to Robert Richard for being a guest on our show. Much love to him and his media group, or should I say his PR firm. Shout out to all the people who support us, who are there for us, who show us love. Shout out to Zone 6, Zone 6 in the building. We are definitely here every week. They have a studio, people, so you want to put down them tracks, make that music, or you could hoobity, hobbity, and all that stuff y'all do, and chanting and all that other crazy stuff. Oh, what? We're talking about the music.
See, this is why there's a gap between old school and new school.
There's no such thing as old school and new school.
It's
Music is universal. There is no old and new, it's just music.
There is old and new. If something just comes out, what is it considered?
Music.
No. If a new song comes out, it's not called a song. It's called a new song, a new album. There's nothing wrong with something being old, my brother.
No,
You old.
it is when you say it.
Why?
Because you're disrespectful.
How?
Disrespectful young people
Serious.
in the building.
Older. There's nothing wrong with being old. It's cool. Old is cool, man. It's cool.
All I'm gonna let you know is the hate is real, people.
We still have some of these older, like, unwritten rules that we abide by. Still to this day, which is great. But there's nothing wrong with me saying old school music, because the stuff that's playing now would never play when you was my age. Never, ever, ever. And you know that. So that's why I call it old. And my stuff is new. It's fresh. It's a young man's game. Hip hop is a young man's game.
Yeah, I saw you a clown the other day. Now that was talking.
Who?
Your boy.
Tekashi? Oh yeah, he was beefing in LA. But I mean, they ain't do nothing though.
Not even just the beef.
They ain't do
Saw
nothing.
him with Scott Storch, put down a new track.
Oh yeah, he's what, 11 for 11 on the Billboard? Come on, man. 11 to 5.
Shout out to Vinny Idol. Matter of fact, just to let you know, you didn't know, but I'm gonna let you know. We're having one of the people who work with the Locks on our show soon.
Any other coming back?
No,
Oh.
it's a new person.
Oh.
So there's more people coming.
Ooh.
We will be off on the 22nd. I said the 15th, 22nd, 29th. Forgot that the 22nd is Thanksgiving
Oh yeah, that's my favorite holiday.
because he greedy.
Oh yeah.
All I'm gonna say is the food will be flowing. We will be
Eating.
eating because I'm gonna be definitely cooking up a song in my crib.
I'm gonna go live and eat. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna live.
He's just gonna show. He's gonna show the end result, not the food, not the preparation, because he don't cook nothing.
Nah, I don't.
Nah,
Nah. Maybe some like cereal or something.
some cereal.
Like a sandwich.
Wow.
Some eggs. I make a nice omelet. You know what I mean? You need an omelet. I can whip that up. You need like some mac
No,
and cheese.
I cook the mac and cheese.
I mean,
I cook the greens.
I can make chicken with some greens. You know,
No, I don't talk about heating up the
put
chicken.
some rice in the
I'm
rice
talking about making
cooker.
the chicken.
No.
Put the rice in the rice cooker. Don't know how to stop the rice from cooking. Lord help us.
Let the rice cooker do it. That's the whole point.
Help us, Lord.
Convenience,
Help us, Lord.
efficiency.
Help us, Lord.
It's the way of the now.
The way of that you won't be able to survive without a woman because you don't know how to cook.
Facts. Goodness. DJ Hercules is joined.
DJ Hercules is supposed to be coming in the building now. He's supposed to be bringing the CEO of Fubu at this moment in the building. We're looking for you, Herc. He said he got a big, super big, quadruple big, like humongous big announcement to come in the building soon. I don't know when you're coming, DJ Hercules 787.
He did 787, that flight over here, bro.
Land that plane.
Yeah.
We need you to bring the CEO of FUBU in the building. Shout out to FUBU. Shout out to David John. Shout out to all the people who are supporting that brand still and all of the things that he currently does. Shout out to the Shark Tank.
Yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show.
A bunch of fins in the water circling and jumping at new businesses and showing them how to navigate those waters so they don't get chewed up and that they can actually survive and make great things happen. So shout out to them.
Also reminds me how broke I am. Like, God, some of the numbers. Yo, $1 million valuations for these companies. I just want 100K. No, I want like 50K. And I'll be good. And I can turn that into something. They coming in with $1 million ideas. And say, yeah, I'll do it. Here's the deal. I'll give you 10% for whatever, 15% for whatever. That's just, we need to go on Shark Tank, bro.
Okay. We're gonna promote the evening experience.
Oh, nah, we can't do that.
What?
Can't do that.
That's our brand.
We could do something with, you're not gonna come to them with a show. You're not gonna invest millions in a show.
Why not? We worth it.
Name one person that went on there and talked about,
That's the point. We're different.
I don't know, man. I'm from Shark Tank. We need to come up with something. But 6:37, we got about 20 minutes before we gotta leave y'all and go do what we do.
Right. Well, we're gonna go do what we do a little bit later. But so
What time are we gonna start?
we're gonna be there now. So if you give me an 8:30.
Oh wait, I don't have to pick her up. So we chilling.
Oh,
We play pool,
of course.
so I can bust you up in the pool once we go up the air.
Oh, please, let me.
We could
let me-
throw that on YouTube live.
Yes,
we get a
we
little behind
will
the
remember
scenes.
the evening experience versus the evening
We
experience.
get a little
Young-
live.
Young line versus the middle-aged line.
Middle aged? I'll give you middle aged. You ain't 50 yet. You ain't 50 yet.
Oh,
Once you get
Lord, man.
for your 50th birthday, we gotta do it big.
Well, 50's 50.
50 Cent. He's 50? No, he's not. He's older than 50.
Check 50.
Can we fact check that? Could one of y'all please look up how old Curtis Jackson is?
Zone 6. Dun, 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 dun. Just it.
There's no way that 50 Cent is older than you.
50-50.
No way. Can't. Nah.
43.
Yeah. Look, and you got a couple years on 52. 45.
Wow, thank you, John. I appreciate you so much at this moment.
Yeah.
Man down.
50 old. Yeah.
Man way down.
50, you getting old too, bro.
Well, Diddy's 50.
Is he? Nah, fact check that.
Fact check that.
Nah, we got fact
Diddy is 50 years old.
50?
I know I'm younger than Diddy.
Are you?
It's 49.
Okay.
Still younger than Diddy.
Yeah, you know you did. Okay. About a couple years. You gonna be
My
there.
man came out in the It costume the other night. Him and his sons were going down in the hallway, looking crazy. I don't get half of what Diddy does, but
You don't need to. It's $800 million. He can do whatever he want.
see, that's what he's focused on.
Whatever he want.
Nah, bro.
Yes.
Nick.
So if you had
Matter of fact, we need to have Diddy back on here. Or we never have, but that's not the point.
I mean,
We need to talk about Mount Vernon, why he keep dubbing us, talking about he grew up in Harlem. You are not Harlem. You are Mount Vernon.
you gonna tell him that?
I bet you every last money you'll make in your life, I'll tell him that.
Alright.
They're like, bro, you're not Harlem, you Mount Vernon. Now, whether you agree with that or not, that's so totally different. You had a paper route. You lived in Mount Vernon. Your body was growing in Mount Vernon. You Mount Vernon.
Can you wait till the interview's at the end so you don't walk off? Don't start the interview with that question.
Don't start off?
Yeah.
All right. I'll wait. I'll hold that one to the end.
Yeah, to the end. Just let us let us get through it.
Just to
Actually,
pull it
not even
back.
that. Not even that. After we get pics and stuff too, because he can still walk off if he just,
After the picks and stuff.
yeah. Then we can sit back down and
Did I do whatever?
Yeah. We just gotta get through it first. You don't want a Birdman situation. You don't want that. Oh, maybe we do. Maybe we do. I just hope it's on camera if that happens. If anybody ever walks off an interview between us, I pray to God it's recorded, it's on film.
Well, they ain't gonna walk over me because I'm the hostess with the mostest. Maybe on you.
Shout out Applebee 160 hopping on the live.
Yo, that's my boy Applebee 160. He's definitely that dude who hooked us up with the brand, the Applebee 160s. You can find it down in the Bronx. I'm telling you right now, go check him out. Incredible hats and other different apparel that he has. Shout out to him. Shout out to DJ Self and the Bird brand. They gave him an opportunity to make his own little bird, little chicken, whatever that little bird is on his chest. The Partridge Family bird that's on his chest.
We need
The little chicken.
a little something from Bird Brand. You know,
I would love to represent Bird Brand. Bird Brand is an incredible brand that DJ Self is now placed on his back, literally, and is modeling for them and doing all these different things. Shout out to my brother Self, incredible dude who at times when
who owes me a shirt? Who owes me a couple Gwen shirts?
Gwen.
That's who he is to me. That's still my guy though.
He's your guy. All right. Which we will be checking him next Monday at Salads.
Oh yeah. I'm asking why Envy so light skinned. I mean, just they yourself like, why do you say Envy just be?
Well, I understand why, because they were talking about it this morning, and you're talking about what happened in California. Like I said, they're talking a little busy, and it literally they started talking about when Envy's vehicle was shot at. So he came from a club, I think it was in New Jersey or whatever the case is, and a car was following him, and they dumped in his vehicle at least 5 times. So I get why he's paranoid about a lot of things.
He should be though because he got money. He drives nice cars. He just had the car show last
$1 million cars.
Right. I mean, Envy, I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad. But don't dump my clothes every weekend. Don't do that. Don't do that. He should be. He flipped houses.
Oh no, #1 syndicated radio show throughout the United
He
States.
got the podcast with his wife that's jumping. Like he does his thing. I got mad.
And Angela Yee, she definitely has one of lipstick and stuff.
Lip service.
Lip service. She definitely has a popular podcast that she has. Actually, I think a bigger following than he does.
Oh yeah, Anthony got the inside scoop though. People be telling her she's just like the fly on the wall. Like she probably knows so much stuff about so many people. Like
Shout out to Zay Forte. Shout out to a lot of people. Shout out to Capone from Capone Noriega. All people who support us. What we do, how we do, every week, not every day, every week.
it'd be nice if I could do this every day though. Just
We working on it.
chop it up.
You never know. We're working on it. Imagine that every day. You tune in. Once again, it's boy Mac 357, you boy.
Big check in the building.
Hey. He a little bit slow. I think the Percocets slowed him down a little bit, but we're gonna work on it.
Nah. I just gotta use the restroom. So it's been hungry for. But I'm a professional though, so I'm not gonna walk off the set. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it real professional.
Right, we're professionally telling us you need to go to the bathroom, all right?
Yeah, I gotta let the fans know that I struggle with y'all too. You know what I mean? Like, it's
He's struggling with y'all, people.
it's real. We are not superheroes. We just like y'all.
I'm not a superhero.
No,
I can't fly.
no.
But I am fly, though. Hey, shout out to that Soulful Journey brand.
You fly.
Got my Reebok polo, got my Soulful Journey brand, got my Adidas, got my Levi's. I'm pop. The haters real people. This one's gonna know the hate is real.
I'm gonna let you have that one.
Thank you for letting me.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you.
You gonna let me live?
We need to go shopping though, bro.
Well, you need to.
We need to go.
It's where you a state.
Man, look,
You're a champion. I get it.
this is champion. You know what's crazy about brands like that were
But his $350 sneakers on there.
what? Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that. These sneakers is 90-something bucks.
You lie like a rug.
Shout out to the discount plug.
Okay, I need that then.
I don't pay full price for those sneakers.
Okay, I need a plug then.
Time out. We've had this conversation before.
If you pay $97, I can pay that.
Oh, now he can pay for new sneakers?
Yeah, because they're $97.
Oh, right.
Not what they really were.
Yeah, he's been like one something, 170, maybe.
I ain't paying that.
That's not a good price for some Vapor Maxes.
I'm good.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, we need.
But not the colors you pick either. I need the all blacks.
What do you mean? The colors I picked is fire.
No, you just look like you walk out of
Fire.
Crayola factory.
Goodness.
You call my brother Light Bright.
You gotta have variety in the wardrobe.
Listen.
It can't be black and blue
You know why?
and white all the time.
Yes,
No.
I can roll with that.
No.
The chocolate pimp is in the building.
No. You gotta switch it up. You gotta be able to rock different colors.
I said the chocolate pimp is in the building.
Oh, I don't pimp. I'm not chocolate. I'm just a man. I'm just a guy.
You're just a man who's chocolate and pimp.
No, I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a regular guy. Just, trying to educate my older counterpart.
Oh, educate? Thank you.
Educate my older counterpart
Alright,
on
educate me.
fashion. On fashion.
On fashion.
That's it. That's it.
Educate me on fashion.
You can't wear dark colors all the time.
I like my dark colors.
No, you gotta brighten it up.
No, I don't wear pink shoes like you. I'm good. Purple fuchsia looking.
Oh my goodness.
Wrong brother.
You need to see, this is what's wrong with the older generation, man.
Okay, if anything, I'll buy something like that.
So you
That's
so
close.
you would rock with the green bottoms?
That would be the closest to color you're gonna get.
See this little red right here? Black plain polo? Come on, man.
Reebok.
Nobody wearing Reebok polos? We need to get you some.
Famous fat shirt.
We
for
need,
fat people.
we need to
Thank
get
you.
you some champion,
If they make it this
throw you some Vapor Maxes.
oh, okay. Then I'll be.
Then, but if I get you shoes, you gotta be ready to rock the color. It's not gonna be black, it's not gonna be white, it's gonna probably be like blue, like red shoes.
I can deal with that.
Okay,
I like the blue and red joints that they got.
okay. Alright, see, you got a little sense, got a little fashion sense.
Like Superman colors. I can roll with that.
The Superman colors. We got a few people joining both the lives today.
Apparently.
It's a little active. It's a little active.
I like the activity.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining our live. Thank you for watching us on the YouTube live and subscribe. And on that Instagram live and subscribe. Thank you. But we need you on that YouTube live because if you want the content of the people who you actually represent with and you really actuate and you love to watch their
How's the phone, bro? No?
No, it's good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Good.
all right, we were chimed on.
Yeah. Somebody call him. Somebody call him.
But apparently they don't have no phone, so ain't nobody call. We be talking to ourselves.
We've been talking to the people.
Hi, people.
We've been letting them know.
But also, I want to tell everybody the process for you learning who is in your constituents, your cabinets, your city halls, your district, your congress people, your state assemblymen, find out who all these people are. Do not just go by the fact that they're in the office and just because they have Democrat on their quote-unquote ballot, that doesn't mean that they have Democratic tendencies. They could be having Republican tendencies, but just playing like they Democratic tendencies and not listen to you and not listen to what you want as far as what you want to see in your city, your neighborhoods, in your districts, school-wise, gun laws, anything and everything that you might feel is prevalent to you and your family because you're living it every day. You might want to pay attention to who's in that chair and what they're doing.
Politics to me is just like a big ass popularity contest. That's what that is.
Okay, you're right.
It's just whoever can get the most people on their side and say what people say. Like,
To get what they want. You're right.
That to me is just like, I don't know, because especially just with people that look like me and you, it's just, I don't think politics favor us anyway. So it's kind of hard. I mean, I always tell people to vote, of course, because, you know, you can't beg and ask for change and not do nothing to go out and change it, but
Shout out to Sharice Mills. You ain't following her, you need to follow her. I know I changed subjects real quick, but
yeah,
she did the Sailor Moon joint.
you always,
As a costume?
you always googly eyed these women, man.
Woo.
You always googly eyed, man. You gotta relax, man. You gotta
Yeah,
relax.
go look at her page, I guarantee you won't relax.
I'll be chilling. You gonna be, what you call me, chocolate pepper, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, now the name, he accepted people. Chocolate Pepper's in the building.
It's subjective. It's when
It's subject.
when I feel it's necessary, then you know we
The pimp come out?
maybe.
Alright.
I come out tonight, you know what I'm saying? Might be double honey, but nah. We stop.
You gotta love this brother. All I'm gonna tell you is I am so glad he's back. I have an incredible time with him. We've been together for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, next year's gonna be 2 years.
Yep. We're like an old married couple now,
Yeah, we bigger.
pretty much.
Bigger by a lot of things. And I'm usually right.
Only in his mind.
I'm usually right. The consensus is usually
The consensus is only
Chuck
Chuck and Chuck.
Chuck's usually right when he speaks. You know what I'm saying?
Only Chuck thinks that. That's why what Free says all the time when he comes in here? Youngin.
He calls me youngin. That's because he know what it is.
Right. He knows that
He
you're
knows-
youngin. You don't know
He
that.
knows what it is. We are sparking the revolution.
All right, Revolution.
All those young people voting.
Somebody else just came in a lot. Who is that?
I don't know.
Say hello.
I'm away though.
Shout out.
Nah. I don't know who that is. You know who that is?
I can't see this from there.
You got 4 eyes, you can't see. You can't see them right there.
No, it's too small.
That's Frank Styles. Frank_Styles. That's a new face. I don't know who that is.
Okay. Shout out to Frank Styles.
Yeah.
We appreciate you tuning in on Instagram Live, and we're on YouTube Live.
Okay. Yeah, we got it was active.
On both.
Yeah.
At both times.
Yeah.
So that people watching what we watching, when we doing what we watching, when we watching what you watching.
Yeah.
Right.
Watch.
We got 5 minutes left, y'all. We got 5.
Cinco de Mayo. Okay, that's man.
That's mad.
That's for man. Well, listen.
You got that in Spanish, right, too?
That's right.
Yeah.
Aha!
Here we go.
Do people.
Nah, I can't speak better Spanish than you. That can't be a thing.
You don't speak better Spanish than me.
I can't.
That's not a thing.
I can't.
You just want to tell yourself that you speak.
Yo, I could watch a novella and keep up, bro.
Only thing he keeping up with is the chick that's on the screen who's going, "Hey, Bobby." That's the only thing he keeping up with.
They be wildin', though. These peanuts be wildin'.
And then they get the super smacks.
Yeah.
Super smack.
They come from like left field.
How do you, yeah.
Alejandro. No. Get away. Oh, well, shout out to your friend. Because she's not my friend at this moment.
What?
Lulu actress.
Oh, what happened?
She didn't show for my birthday. So I'm still pissed at her.
Oh.
She came from a novella. Miss Colombiana.
Word. She be.
She's in a movie currently. I forget the young kid who is a star. I think he was in Antoine Fisher and a few other different movies and TV shows from back in the day. Who that?
DJ Intense. That's another new name.
Intense. What up, baby? Nah, that's not new. I've been known Intense for years.
Not me.
Shout out to him in Westchester, WVOX. has an incredible show. You gotta check him out when he comes on. But we need to come on, man. We need to come on the show and hang out and talk. And it'd be like a round table of radio hosts and talk. Okay, work that out.
I hope you like my music, my Miami Generation stuff.
Oh, he does. He plays it in the club.
Okay, cool. Another gentleman that knows what's good in the music game.
Another man who knows what's popular in the music game. That don't make it better. That just makes it popular. Anywho.
Oh, wait. I should have brought this up a minute ago. But that Cardi B, Nicki situation.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on. We don't got that much time. We got 4 minutes. Well, 3.5. That right there is why I always say New York hip hop is not elite like the South is. Because people would rather beef than collab and build together. Like I mentioned Metro Boom before. You had 21 Savage from Atlanta, Young Thug from Atlanta, Migos from Atlanta. That's my point. It's not about music being better or the quality. I love both. It's just the culture in the South is more of a brotherhood, sisterhood, and collabing and bringing everybody together to build. New York is just, you can be fired, and I can come in and be like, you whack, and think I'm fired. And then he come in and think I'm whack, and he fired. And it's always button heads and competition and beef, instead of just bringing everybody's niceness together.
Harlem doesn't have that problem because shout out to SNS Icy Gang, shout out to Cool G Mims, shout out to Joel Ortiz, shout out to Fred the Godson, shout out to a lot of people who've collabed together on music and worked together as far as content and things that they utilize or that they perceive as great music for New York. And shout out to D Chambers. D Chambers is definitely putting out that New York sound again.
What does New York sound like? I don't even know what that means no more. What does New York sound like?
Hey,
Not for real,
say it right there.
for real. What does New York sound like?
Hey,
What does it sound like?
sounds
Seriously.
incredible.
No. Give me like, what does it sound like? Like, when people say,
That gutter, that street, that fire, them beats, them bars. Not.
that's what it is. That's what it is.
It's
It's just a slow, like, grim beat. People rapping about stuff that we've been rapping about forever. That's New York. That's New York sound.
Wow.
Seriously.
Wow, the hate is real for New York.
That's
and
what
he
I'm-
lived there, people.
But nah,
And he lives here.
because people say everyone in the South sound the same. Everybody in New York sound the same.
But everybody in the South does sound the same.
But why is it that they're more prevalent than New York is?
Because New York has a different feel. Like when they say it differently. It's a texture thing. You don't get it.
Texture.
He ain't from New York, that's why.
Texture.
Where was you born?
I was born in Bronxville, New York. Born in Bronxville.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Grew up in Yonkers. Big J.D. Tizzalot's fan. But I always.
So apparently right now that you ain't a fan of it because they just put out our content.
But that's not my. You're missing the point. I could be a fan, but I could also critique. Just because you're not as popular as someone else that I listen to doesn't mean you're bad. I just want to know why.
This is another United's popping, so like I said, don't be my publicist.
That's a fact.
Anyway, we're gonna end on a great note.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is thank you for listening to Incredible Craziness. Today we were supposed to have guests. Nobody showed up due to circumstances and different other things that have happened. All I'm gonna say is
We still in the building.
we're still in the building and we will have great content coming up on the 15th, and we will have my man, the real Ray Fame, in the building, bringing his album, and we'll have other people on the 29th. For the 22nd, yo, low battery. 22nd,
Oh man.
we will not be in the building because it's Thanksgiving. So the week before, we will be having, I'm gonna bring a little turkey cutout like we used to have back in the day with the 5 fingers. And we're gonna put it right there.
Just bring real turkey. Just be real. Just be real.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Be real New York, right? Real New York, right? Bring a real turkey in here, son. That's what we gonna do.
I ain't cooking. Well, you can come to the house anytime, but I ain't cooking. But you know what I'm
Bringing
saying?
a live turkey in here.
I'm gonna bring a live turkey in here. You sit next to me every week.
Every week. I don't want
5 to 7
every week.
p.m.
I want turkey here every week. Anxiety, bro.
All I'm gonna say is, it's good to have you back. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
We're gonna shut it down tonight. We're gonna be out there in BK. We'll do what we do. Big shout out to all the people who support us, support what we do, why we do what we do. All I'm gonna say is God bless. We'll see you next week. Once again, it's Boy Mac 357 and your boy.
Big Chuck in the building.
This is the evening experience. Your Thursdays will never be the same. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a mother, tell a brother, tell another. Let's go.
I got you back, man.
All right.
I appreciate y'all.
All right. That's how we want to end. Using it out.